NBC's The Office is one of the most popular comedies on television, but in between the laughs, there are some serious career issues at play. Salesman Jim Halpert, for instance, is doing a great job at a job he hates. Receptionist Pam Beasley would love to turn her graphic art hobby into a career, but she's afraid to take the plunge. So U.S. News decided to send some of our favorite Office characters to professional career coaches for some expert advice. Here's a little of what we found out.
Jim Halpert might have the best of situations. He works with the woman he loves, Pam Beasley. He has free rein to pull pranks on the ever-paranoid and obsequious Dwight Schrute. And he's moved up the Dunder Mifflin ranks from sales rep to assistant regional manager. But, as Jim says, this is a job, not a career. And if it were a career, he would have to throw himself in front of a train. Career coaches say many Americans are working jobs they just sort of fell into and really have very little passion for. Jim's young, but when he decides to move forward, one business coach I spoke to says Jim should create a personal action plan that considers his career, personal life, and his financial situation. We can't be fully satisfied when we're not doing well in all three. So for now, at least Jim has Pam.
It seems clear that Pam should leave her job as a receptionist and find work she feels more passionate about. For her, that seems to be art or perhaps graphic design. For a lot of people, the idea of turning a hobby into a career sounds like fantasy. We've all heard stories of the executive who traded his briefcase for a paintbrush. But is it a far-fetched idea? Not if you do your homework. Decide if your goal is self-employment or a move into a new industry. Research the role your hobby or interest plays in the economy and think about ways to shop your current skills around to a new set of employers. Also consider related careers. If you're looking to start your own business, it's a good idea to begin on a part-time basis while keeping your 9-to-5 gig. A career coach I spoke to recommends volunteering. It's a great way to try on a new career. The coach also says that when you make a 360-degree career move, you're likely to have to start over in terms of salary and seniority. So look for ways to gradually move yourself in the direction you want to go. For Pam, that might mean taking a job as an office administrator at a design firm.
How would you like to spend a night with the regional manager of Dunder Mifflin? Anyone who's seen Dwight K. Schrute on The Office knows that he's the quintessential office weirdo. But his real problem is that he wants to be the guy in the office who tells everyone else what to do. If you think that it's hard for someone without people skills to become a manager, not only are you right, but that's more true today than ever. Dwight aspires to be the tyrant of the office. He once painted his office black so it would look more intimidating. But workplace experts say that the tyrannical boss who everyone is afraid of is a dying breed. Employees today want to be treated by their bosses as partners, not underlings. Partly because our workforce is so highly educated these days. If you want to become a manager, don't do it so you can be the biggest person in the room. You'll often be letting your employees take the spotlight.
Jan Levinson, who's an executive at Dunder Mifflin, often seems like she's teetering on the edge of self-destruction. She seems so incompetent, in fact, that her bosses eventually replace her with a younger colleague who just got his MBA. On the surface, it seems like Jan's life is a complete mess. She doesn't seem to like her boyfriend very much, she just got laid off, and she's spending a lot of money she doesn't have. But there is hope for her. Getting laid off can actually be a wonderful thing if you think about it as an opportunity to pursue the kind of life you've always wanted. Career experts say, don't just quickly get a new job that's similar to your old one. Instead, take time to think about what you really want with your life. Experiment by taking classes or shadowing people in fields that you like. If Jan takes time to reevaluate her career choice, she might end up much better off, with or without Michael.
Who would want Michael Scott as a boss? He's incompetent, he's insulting, he's an idiot. But if there's anything worse than working for Michael Scott, it would be to actually be Michael Scott. See, he's a victim of the Peter principle. In many companies, employees tend to rise to just above their abilities, and then they get stuck at a level of incompetence. In Michael's case, he was a great salesman, but he's now a lousy branch manager. If that kind of sounds like you, there is some hope. Ask a friend or colleague to evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. Get a mentor who works in the same company or industry to give you some frank advice. Finally, head back to school to strengthen your weak point with some classes. Your company will probably pay for that executive MBA. And if worse comes to worse, you can always go back to sales and let Dwight be the boss. No, wait. To find out more about how to succeed at your office, or how to recession-proof your job, or to find out what are the hottest careers, check out the rest of the 2008 U.S. News & World Report Career Guide at usnews.com.